All right. How's everybody doing? It's me, Lady Galadriel. We just finished watching episodes 1 and 2. Me for the second time, you for the first time, of Rings of Power. The world has now seen the first 2 episodes of Rings of Power, and I see some of you there leaving comments already. Now, I know you guys have a lot of praise for me. You saw me kill a snow troll. You saw me swim an entire ocean. All right, you've seen that. You know how badass I am. But before you give me the praise and ask me those critical questions I know you want to ask me, I got to cover a little something. So I did a video yesterday, a spoiler-free review. And I got a check from Amazon. I went to the bank yesterday to cash that check. I thought I did a nice review. I thought I was like being all sweet like with Amazon. And I go to cash that check and the check bounces. So Amazon screwed me. So it's time for me to speak my truth, since I can't cash that check. All right? So here we go. We're going to talk about the Rings of Power. It is the Rings of Diversity. And we could talk about whether that's an issue or not. It's not an issue for me. But we can go over the 2 episodes here in detail. And you could speak your truth. Tell me what you thought about the Rings of Diversity. In short, I think it's meh. All right? The actors are okay. The music is uninspiring. The dialogue is uninspiring. There's no magic. There's no magic. I think if you would put in those lengthy Hobbit movies that are too long, I'd rather see those goblins singing and dancing than watching this. I don't know. This doesn't feel magical. This doesn't feel like Tolkien. Maybe because there's no story to tell here. Something feels missing. And I'm trying to ask myself, who in this show do I like? I think I have 2 people that I might say, you know what? I kind of like them. And so I'll hold off on who those guys are. They are guys. There's no women that I like. That Bronwyn, she's got a shot at being likable. We'll get to her. All right, so first we got the prologue. Oh, I see Matthew McConaughey. All right. We'll put Matthew on the screen. Always good to see Matthew checking in. And then we'll go back. We'll handle these comments here. We got a lot to talk about. Matthew, you let me know if you like Rings of Power. I know you liked it. All right, the prologue. We got a lot of Lady Galadriel narration in that prologue. And we see a young girl Ladriel, and she makes a paper boat, and her brothers are mean, and they throw rocks at her paper boat. They're bullying her. And that's when I started to notice some very generic and boring dialogue. We get some scenes, a lot of CG of Valinor and a shadow of Morgoth. And then, you know, we, in the prologue, oh, okay, the elves go to Middle-earth. We see a very brief shot of a battle. It's really the only battle in the 2 episodes. It only lasts like 20 seconds. It did look cool for about 20 seconds. And in my notes, I got the music sucks. Yeah, the music is very generic. Her brother is killed by Sauron, and he has the mark on his hand. And that makes Girl Ladriel into Guy Ladriel. Me. That's when I changed, all right? That's when I transitioned. I was Girl Ladriel, then I became Guy Ladriel. That's when it happened, when my brother died. And I hunted Sauron for centuries. So you saw me leading, you know, these weak men up these ice cliffs, and then we get into an abandoned stronghold that Sauron once held, and we know that because there's a mark on a table. And, you know, there's a lot of actors talking at this point. There's a lot of talking going on. And none of it feels like it's written by Tolkien. It feels like they're just like taking up space and time. And I'm kind of tuning them out. Like I can kind of watch the show and not necessarily need to listen to what they're saying. But then the snow troll shows up. All right? And it's like whipping everybody, but it's not going to whip my ass. It's not going to whip my ass at all. No sirree, Bob. No way in hell. Hold on a second. I gotta have my cigar when I'm kicking snow troll ass. You know what I'm saying? Alright, so this other elf puts his sword down, and I climb up the sword just like Legolas did in those movies. And, you know, a couple cuts, this and that, and I kill the snow troll. So the snow troll, it wasn't very scary. I like the cave troll in the Fellowship of the Ring a hell of a lot better. And that came out, what, 20 years ago? So I think the snow troll was kind of weak. Kind of disappointing. That's my take. You guys will let me know what you think. But at that point, the men under my command, because I am the commander of the, let's see, I'm the daughter of the Golden House, and I'm the commander of the armies of Gil-galad. Yeah, that's my title. Well, those men, they quit on me. They say, Galadriel, you keep pushing us. We're done hunting Sauron, so we're going home. And that's the end of the prologue. All right, and after that, we meet the Harfoots, or the Harfoots, which are basically dirty, stinky hobbits that live more in the forest. They don't really live in a nice shire. They live in the forest. And apparently every so often they got to migrate. And we meet like female Frodo and Samwise Gamgee, which is like Nori and Poppy. Yeah, there you go. And all the Harfoots are kind of annoying. I don't know. They're talking a lot, and I don't care. See, I wasn't feeling it, which is basically that's my answer for most of these two episodes. I just wasn't feeling it. I mean, House of Dragon, I was worried in House of Dragon. I'm going, am I feeling it here? Still not sure about House of Dragon, but I'm feeling House of Dragon more than I'm feeling this. Like, I don't know if I'm invested. I don't know. I want to hear what you guys got to say. All right, but we'll continue. I got more to cover here. All right, so we got Frodo, female Frodo. I got that they're boring. Yeah, we covered that. They're not very likable to start with. That'll change in a little bit. All right, and then we meet the High King, the High Elf King, and he declares the war is over. Galadriel returns to Lindon, and the war is over. And because you did such a good job, Galadriel, we're returning you back to Valinor, which, you know, it's kind of like going back to heaven. And she doesn't want that because her work's not done. She's got to still find Sauron because Sauron killed her brother, and she believes Sauron's still out there. So she's still pissed off and wants to hunt. And then we meet this dude that doesn't remind me of Elrond. And, you know, Elrond tells her, put down your sword and stop fighting. All right? Then we go to the lands of men, into a very diverse town. They show you it's very diverse because it's like white person, black person, like as soon as we walk into town. That's okay. I mean, men can be diverse, but, you know, it was kind of in on the nose. And there we meet, and I can't take credit for this. I got to give a shout out to Nerdrotic. I'm going to steal this one from Nerdrotic. I didn't steal Galadriel from Nerdrotic, but I'm gonna borrow this one. Don Lemonloss. All right, our black elf, Don Lemonloss. That's great. That is great. His name is Arendir. And I thought it was funny because he sort of gets in an altercation with this white dude in the bar, and the white dude refers to him as you people. What does he say? I'm tired of you people, or you people get out of here. I thought that was kind of interesting. Little subtext going on there. Those writers are having some fun. I liked his armor because it looked like he has an ent on his armor. And we did get a glimpse, I think, when the meteorite was coming down. We'll get to the meteorite. I think we did see some ents moving. It was like jangling those keys, like, member berries. Look at the ents. All right, but then we learned that Lemonloss here has like a girlfriend in town, and she's going to be Bronwyn. And basically, at first, I thought, like, even though they're boyfriend and girlfriend, that like Bronwyn and Lemonloss, they have no chemistry whatsoever. But in Bronwyn's house, they think the rats are digging under the floor, and the animals are getting sick. And, we learned that her son is a Theo. I forget. I'm not sure I care. Bronwyn's son, Theo, has a sword, part of a sword, and it's got the mark of Sauron on it. So it could be Sauron's sword. I'm gonna, before I forget, because later in the episode, the blood on his hand runs up his hand into the sword and makes the sword grow. I don't know. Is that cool or not? I don't know. Oh, and also about Don Lemonloss. I think he's kind of... What do you think? He's kind of boring? Like, I don't know. I think he's just trying to be stoic. Like, he's acting like a Vulcan. I mean, is that how elves are? You just act like a Vulcan, all emotionless. And there you go. You're an elf? I don't know. He's not really working for me. I wasn't getting the elf vibes from Lemonloss. The show at this point, we've met several groups of people, and the show is sort of pinging back and forth between all the groups, I think, to create this illusion of like a faster paced show. So it's doing a lot of jumping between groups. Yeah. All right, so we got Galadriel on a boat headed to Valhalla, Valinor. And they got these robes on, and we start to see Valinor. And it's a big thing of light that looks suspiciously like a female body part. I don't know. Maybe my head's in the gutter. That's what it looked like to me. And she starts like, there's like flashes, and you can tell she's thinking. She doesn't want to go to Valinor. She wants to pursue the hunt for Sauron, but she's in the middle of an ocean, right? Like she's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of miles away from anywhere land. So she just decides to jump off the boat. And I don't know what her plan was, like swim back to shore away from Valinor. And then at this part in the show, we got the meteor that's landing near the Harfoots. And when we get to the crash site, it's just a naked and afraid Gandalf. That he can't talk. And that's the end of the first episode. So at the end of the first episode, I was like, I don't like much of this. I don't like Galadriel. I'm not liking any chemistry between our other characters. So it wasn't really working for me at the end of the first episode. So in the second episode, we have Galadriel swimming in an ocean. She's got a lot of swimming to do. And we have Nori and Poppy, which is female Frodo and Sam, and they approach the naked Gandalf. We have Bronwyn and Arondir. They find a village next door that has been sacked, and there's a hole in the ground, and Arondir is just going to jump in the hole and investigate. I don't know why they need to investigate. I mean, you see that, you're basically thinking it's orcs right away, right? I don't know. And then we learned that Elrond is going to be paired up with Celebrimbor, who's like a famous maker of stuff. And Celebrimbor wants to build this forge for some reason. He needs to build it quick. And they got to go to Khazad-dûm to see Prince Durin. They got to procure some stuff. So this is when the show got a little bit better for me. Episode 2, I'll confess. When Elrond has some playtime with the door guards and like exercises his right to smash rocks. So they let him in, and he's got to go smash rocks against Durin. And I did like how the dwarves look. I like the dwarven helmets. At this point in the show, Elrond was growing on me a little bit more. He's doing a little bit more. So Khazad-dûm looks really good, and we do meet Durin, and he looks good. Dwarves look good, and then they just start smashing rocks, which I guess, sure, I'm cool with that. But that scene started to look a little bit like the Lord of the Rings movies from Peter Jackson. So we have down here that Nori feeds Gandalf, and Gandalf still, he can't talk. There's one point where I don't know if he's trying to talk or something, but it's like the darkness is around him. Everything gets dark, and I don't know, he has a presence to him. It's kind of like that scene in the Fellowship. I don't know. He's like, I'm trying to help you, kind of thing. Was that over the ring? Was that Bilbo and the ring? I can't remember. But anyway, Galadriel finds these people on a wrecked boat in the ocean, and these people are hiding on like this wrecked little mini raft boat thing from the Worm, which is like a sea dragon. We don't really get a good look at it. It's kind of disappointing. I like the visual effects here. It did look like she was sort of in an ocean, and when the camera would go underground, I kind of wanted to see a little, underwater. I wanted to see more of it, because we don't get to see much of this worm thing. And the worm kills everybody on the wreckage, but one dude, and that's Halbrand. So Halbrand picks up Galadriel, and they're getting to know each other. Who are you? Who are you? And Halbrand says, yeah, you know, I'm Halbrand, and orcs killed my people. And Galadriel is like, what? Orcs? Orcs, I'm hunting orcs. Where are they at? And he says they're in the south. And then, so they're going to team up and hunt orcs now in the south, I guess. We go back to Elrond, and he's smashing rocks, but he gives up. I don't know why he gives up. He gives up and lets Durin win. And Durin is escorting him out. And Durin tells Elrond why he's mad at Elrond, because Durin got married and had a few kids, and Elrond never visited him. Okay. I mean, the dwarves are a little fickle like that. And they do, you know, the elves live a long time, so he is explaining, well, you know, I live a long time, and then Durin's like, I don't. You know, for me, you've been gone a lifetime. You've disrespected me. So Elrond kind of convinces him to have Durin introduce him to Disa and his children. But Durin's like, don't stay too long, but all right, you can meet Disa. And Disa's our black dwarf. And Disa, like the actress, I will say she's a very personable actress. Very bubbly. There was energy in her performance. And she had lamb chops. So when there's talk of the dwarves having beards, which kind of is the lore from Tolkien, they didn't give her like a beard, like a nice smooth beard like mine. No. But they did give her like little fuzzy lamb chops if you look close. Again, she's a likable person, but I wasn't getting the dwarf vibe from her. So, I don't know. Durin is great. So, Prince Durin is one of my favorite characters. I think he had a lot of personality. He embodied a dwarf. He looked like he walked right out of the Peter Jackson movies. And Elrond was getting better the more he was around Durin. So Durin is one of my favorite characters in this show. We go back to Don Lemonlos and Bronwyn. And we find out that these noises that were under her house, they're not rats. No, they're orcs digging under the houses. And she's there with her son, Theo. I'm going to go with Theo. I can't remember. And one of these orcs comes up out of a hole, and they hide. Theo's hiding in a very small cupboard kind of thing, a small one. And then Bronwyn is hiding in like a bigger cupboard. And this, like, it's a good scene. I like this scene. because we finally get a look at like an orc. We spend some time with an orc, not just quick stuff. And this orc is really creepy, really scary. There's close-ups of its mouth. And it's really good work, practical effects, I think, on a mask. It didn't look like CG. It had like a shield or a mask, which was creepy at first. And then when that was gone, the actual orc face was very good and very creepy. And yeah, I like the scene where it's in the sort of cottage and it finds them and they're attacking it. They both work together to fight it. Bronwyn at the end beheads it because, you know, girl power. But I liked that scene. Bronwyn brings the head back to the bar and plops it on the table, right, to say, look, I told you there was something up, and girls are always right, right? So here it is. There was that kind of moment. But I like that scene. That monster looked really good. I like that orc. All right, what we got here? Meanwhile, Halbrand and Galadriel are screwing around on a raft. At one point, she falls in the water. Then he gets her out of the water. It's a waste of 5 minutes. Gandalf talks to fireflies. It's not that exciting, but I think it's basically... See, the show doesn't tell us it's Gandalf, but it's another one of these moments where he's talking to insects. So all the clues are pointing to this being from the sky is Gandalf. Not just, not Saruman or Radagast the Brown. Pretty much Gandalf. And then we cut to, like, Durin's father. And Durin, and they have this little box, and they're like hiding something in this box, and when the box opens, it's like all shiny, like the briefcase in Pulp Fiction. So again, you know, the writers here are from J.J. Abrams' school of mystery box writing, and we actually do have a mystery box. There it is. So what's in the box? And then we go to Bronwyn's kid, Leo, and we see the sword with the blood that I mentioned before. So for some reason, he's holding on to Sauron's sword. That's probably not very smart. Maybe that's what the orcs are searching for. And then Halbrand and Galadriel are rescued by somebody, but on a boat. A boat pulls up to rescue them from the raft, but we don't get a good look at who that is. So they're going to be rescued. So that's it. Episode 2 ends. And I don't, okay. I watched it. Do I need to watch it again? Ever? No. Who do I like? Who do I like in the show? So yeah, Prince Durin I like. And I like Gandalf. I like Gandalf because he can't talk. He's like a baby, or like Frankenstein, first time out of the castle, meeting people and afraid of things. Very much like Frankenstein. Scared of things. Like a newborn baby learning his way. So the Gandalf thing and Durin are my two favorite people. Lady Galadriel is a little tough to like. She's pretty much a Karen right now. I mean, not me. I'm the real Galadriel. I'm the one in the show. Pretending to be me is a little bit like a Karen. So, But, yeah. Yeah, I think it's missing the magic. I'm even thinking of the long Hobbit movies. Had even some magic. The music is weak. The dialogue is weak. I'm not sure there's a story here. I mean, it's called the Rings of Power. So are we going to have to wait like 3 seasons for someone to build like rings? And then what? They give out the rings and then what? Like, so what's really the show here? We're just meeting people, cutting back and forth. There's no villain here. And you could say, well, the Lord of the Rings, there's no villain. There's only the eye. The eye didn't do anything. And there's the orcs just like this. But I think in the Lord of the Rings trilogy, we had the One Ring. And that always felt like there was something evil with our main characters. Around the neck and heavy and weighting them down. Or we had the ring wraiths that were on their trail. I don't know. This feels like we need something, a threat and a villain. I guess we're going to get one. We're going to get Sauron tricking everybody with rings. So I like to see that. Hopefully that comes soon. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's kind of meh. I mean, it's better than She-Hulk. You know? I mean, we didn't see female Frodo twerk. That's good. I'd like to see Brawwyn twerk, maybe. I don't know. But I definitely don't want to see She-Hulk twerk. That wasn't very good. All right, let's go to your questions. It's one of these times where, did I hate it? Was I absolutely disgusted by it? No, I wasn't. Was I excited about it? Am I going to go out and buy all the action figures? Nah. I mean, I'm a dude with like way too many swords. You can't see, but I got all the swords over there. There's no need for me to buy anything from this TV show. All right, let's see. Girthy Guitars checking in. What's up, guy? What's up, Girthy? I appreciate it. Appreciate you checking in and supporting the channel. We're having fun this week. Prophet 924. Now, I know Prophet's going to give it a good shot. Just watched episode 1. All right. You let us know what you think here. Maybe you'll be done by the time we're done. We got Dan the Animator. I didn't. Watched Kyle Dunnigan instead. All right. I watched part of the Backyard Brawl before this. Pitt pulled that out. That's good. It was a pretty crazy game. All right, let's see here. We got the Bias Hacker. It was not as bad as I thought it would be. They need more action, though. Yeah. It wasn't a lot of action. That's it. I mean, they fought the snow... Well, I fought the snow troll. And I whooped its ass so fast that, you know, there was no action there. And I say, you know, that creepy orc I did like with the human village toward the end, you know. But, yeah, the action's kind of fast. There's no... Yeah. Could be better. Prophet 924, watching episode 2 now. Finally, the dwarves. All right, so you're at the good part. I think for me, yeah, things picked up once the dwarves were there. Felt like something Peter Jackson would have done. And we got Nimbus Angelo. Hey, Galadriel. Hello, Nimbus Angelo. Cheers. I'm not having a brew tonight. I had some brews earlier. We're going to go with Coca-Cola so I can stay up, because I've had way too much coffee and a few adult beverages. I need some sugar. 005. Hey, Eric. This is Universal Exports. Hope you are well, man. I am well, 005. I wasn't well this morning when I was watching She-Hulk twerk. I was a little ill from that. Really was. But I'm feeling better now. Bias Hacker. It is a little meandering, but it has potential. I agree. But... yeah, I agree. I mean, it's not awful. It's meh. I don't know. I don't know if they can pick it up. I think it's going to be what it is. And we have like, what, 5 seasons of this? 5 seasons. Whew. Hey, if it turns out good, it's good. We'll see. Oh, when I'm judging this show, because this is a completely made up story, right? So I'm not even going to get into that. Like, if I want to be like some Tolkien purist, and I've read all the books all my life, and not recently, which means I'm not like up on everything. I've read it and I forgot it. But a lot of none of this is in the book anywhere. Really. They just mention things that are in the books. So that's a whole other issue. Like, is this even acceptable should this even belong alongside Peter Jackson's movies? Because this is totally made up by a couple writers that worked with J.J. Abrams. That's a whole separate debate. I'm not going to get into that so much. I'm just going to judge it on its own as a story in Middle-earth world and just judge it as it is. And I'm like, it's okay. I don't know. Nothing special. Dildo Gaggins. It's been a while, my friend. Greetings and salutations. Per usual, you're looking hot AF. Please link your grinder. Oh, all right. All right, I'll share that link. I'll share that link. I am on Instagram, Everyday Eric. I should make a new account for Lady G, right? We'll see. I'll think about that. But yeah, Everyday Eric on Instagram. I tweet once a year. If you want to follow me on Twitter. Vergie Page is laughing out loud. Hello, Vergie. Welcome. Did you enjoy Lord of the Rings tonight, Vergie? Girthy Guitarist. I don't even hate watch anymore. Obi-Wan was the last straw. Moon Knight was my last straw. So I got to enjoy Obi-Wan Kenobi for what it is. It was the greatest comedy Lucasfilm ever made. Obi-Wan Kenobi. It was some funny shit. I might go... So you can rewatch Obi-Wan Kenobi. At least I can. I can go back and watch that and just laugh at it again and again and again. But Moon Knight was the one that just buried me with Disney. But Star Wars-wise, Boba Fett probably crushed me with those damn Vespa-riding kids. That was terrible. Girthy Guitarist. Cobra Kai is the only show I'm excited for. Cobra Kai has been great. Yeah, every season has been great. Whenever it comes on, I just binge the whole thing. Whenever it's on, day one, boom, watch it. It doesn't take that long, right? Probably 3 hours. Feels like 3 or 4 hours. Just crush it. I finished the Orville. I really like the Orville. I am new to the Orville. So I binged that at the right time and just finished it as they finished season 3. And it's the best Star Trek on TV. And they tackle issues that could be potentially woke. But I don't feel like the show is, banging us over the head with wokeness. I think it's well done. They tackle issues in the classic Star Trek way. Prophet 924. Nori finds the Great Wizard. Nori does. Female Frodo does. I think it's Gandalf. I have a hunch. The General Grievous 19. Hello there. Hello there, General. How are you doing? It's midnight. I don't feel very manly drinking my Coke, but it's been a long day. It's been a long day of this. Twerking right there. Right. They need to sell like a She-Hulk doll that you hit a button and her butt just goes like twerking. I'd buy that. I don't need your Baby Yoda dolls, but I do want a twerking She-Hulk doll on the Target shelves before Christmas. So Hasbro, get on that. You make that one of those Hasbro Kickstarters. I'll tell you what, you'll sell 1 billion of those things. Okay, I gotta get on. I'm getting off topic. All right, Marshall McClurg. Hello, guys. Glad to be here before I go to bed. Marshall, you're probably in bed because I'm getting to your comment late, but thank you, Marshall. And Girthy Guitarist is laughing at me as per usual. And Prophet 924, he is acting like Legolas. All right, so you think Don Lemonloss is acting like Legolas? Yeah, he's doing the stoic thing. I just don't think he's got any chemistry with Bronwyn, is her name? I don't know. It's early, but I was just like, I don't know about these two as like a couple. I don't know. Marshall McClurg. Question, is there any words or thoughts from Peter Jackson, or for that matter, have any of the cast commented on this? I don't think anyone in the Jackson movies, to my knowledge, has made any comments about the Amazon show. And vice versa. I can't recall any comments from the Amazon folks on the Peter Jackson stuff. I know very early on, they did talk to Peter Jackson about being involved. And that's like 3 or 4 years ago, though, when things were first being inked, the deal. And then it kind of fizzled away. So a lot of the stuff in the show, some of the details, because I own the weapons, the United Cutlery weapons, I have a lot of them. And so looking at the dwarves' axes, Like the little details in the axes, they look similar to Peter Jackson's designs for like the axes of the dwarves. Same with like the swords. I think a lot of the elven swords, they remind me of Glamdring that I think I used in the photo for this. So yeah, definitely like the little details look very similar. So I wonder if there's a little bit of an agreement between Amazon and Warner Brothers on some stuff aesthetically. I don't know. Because there's definitely similarities. Lions Mania. Are the episodes out, man? Yes. Tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern. They're on Amazon. It was a little hard. It was hard for me to find the episodes because when you click on them, it kept playing a trailer. So it was like season 1, episode 0, and it was a trailer. And I had to scroll to the right, like over 8 or 9 trailers to get to finally episode 1, season 1. I was like, oh shit, okay. It took me 6 minutes to find it. But it's up. It's up. Prophet 924. Still 2 little dwarves for me. Need more. Oh yeah. I'll take more dwarves. At Khazad-dûm. Khazad-dûm looked good before it got all wrecked to hell. I liked it. I liked the dwarves. I like the Disa lady. I don't know. I mean, I get it. I liked her performance. I don't know. Maybe after 5 seasons of this, we'll go, black dwarves, black elves, who gives a shit? Maybe it's going to change us. And yeah, because it didn't offend me or anything. It didn't take me out of the world of Middle-earth. It's more... I think the actors are good for the most part. I just don't think they have anything quite... the dialogue does not have the weight of Tolkien. That's very noticeable. They just yap and yap and yap. But maybe that's just... It's a television show and there's so many episodes and you have to fill time. So it feels like that. It feels like it's dragging and people are just talking. I don't know. We'll get to your thoughts. Marshall McClurg, Prophet, nice pun. Oh, did I miss a pun? Still 2 little... Oh, Prophet, when Prophet said still 2 little dwarves for me. They're not that little, but those Harfoots are tiny. Very tiny. And they annoy me. I don't like the Harfoots. Dildo Gaggins, the Huxtable, Theo Huxtable. Could be Theo Huxtable. Theo with the Sword of Sauron. Bad idea keeping that sword, kid. The General Grievous 19, Rings of Power with little emojis of rings and swords. Yep, no rings yet, but they're coming. Dildo Gaggins, if you want to see dwarves, watch reruns of Little People, Big World. I used to watch that show. Is that still on? Oh, I used to watch all that crap. What's going on with my bangs? I need to get a haircut. Or you can watch Willow. And there's going to be a Willow show coming out from Kathleen Kennedy and Lucasfilm. Yay. It is interesting. This is Prophet 924. It is interesting. The wizard is introduced like a fallen angel, but he is coming to fight the evil. Yeah, no, that's how the I forget the name exactly, but the name of what the wizards are. They kind of came later. I was always my understanding they came from the sky like that. I don't remember where I read that or got that impression. And it would make sense that they would speak like a different language. I think, not an earthly language, but an angelic language. So they are kind of like angels sent from God. It was cool. Nimbus Angelo. Saruman the White was a villain. Saruman the White was a villain. You're right. There was a lot of villains. Yeah. Yeah, we don't really have a villain yet. Yeah. 80s toy rock. 80s toys rock. 80s toys do rock. Oh, I don't have mine here. I moved them. I have a lot of 80s toys usually right here. I always felt like Lord of the Rings was filled with villains. It was definitely good versus evil. Yeah, I think so. I don't really feel... Yeah. I feel like we're still in setup mode with the first 2 episodes. you know, and everyone there's like what, 4 groups, and they're all on their own little task. Harfoots and Gandalf, Elrond is on, Galadriel's on one. I know I'm missing. There's like another one. Oh yeah, we got Don Lemonloss. It's like at least 4 groups of people. I'm sure they're all going to unite at some point, right? And join and make the first fellowship. Dildo Gaggins, you want to see my sword? It's way over there. It's way over there. Glamdrang, I took off the wall. Raker8, cheers, Eric. Cheers to you, Raker8. Raker8 won't watch it. I mean, you know, you watching House of the Dragon, Hot D. Kind of looking forward to that this week. We'll be on for that. You know, I thought Rings of Power was going to be worse. It's okay. I'm curious for you guys that watch The Witcher. What do you think? Like Witcher, Witcher has better fights, right? Like seeing Henry Cavill, like kick ass on the monsters. That's pretty cool. Like this show hasn't had any of that yet. No nudity, I don't think. Naked Gandalf, but you don't see anything. Yeah, this needs a little more action. Loy Ski, I'll skip it. Yeah, I'll keep you posted. I'm doing this live tonight, but I think we're gonna do. I'll probably do an edited video next week. I'm not sure, so I'll let you know what's up. Steph Holt, yes, show us your sword. I don't have my sword at the ready. I dropped my sword. Elrond said, "Put your sword down," and so that's what I did. I just listened to Elrond. Steph saying, please, Steph, you really want to see my sword? Well, you know, just DM me on Instagram and no, I'm sorry. Dildo Gaggins, thoughts on they, them? Who are we talking about? Which one? We haven't seen that, the Slim Shady guy. We haven't seen Feminem from the trailer. The priest that's going to hunt Gandalf, right? The priest people. I don't know what's up with them. Let's see here. Veldrain1178. I can't see myself in Black Panther. Can we do a reboot? But that's why they put Bilbo. They put Bilbo, right? What's his face? Watson. They put him in Black Panther. So us Caucasian people, I don't really consider myself Caucasian. I don't even know what that is. When you're applying for jobs, you know, it's always like white. Like, I don't know, like there's like 2 races. I click the one that's 2 races because I'm a big melting pot of stuff. I just feel like, I don't know. I don't even know what white is. Is anybody white? Like that, at this point, aren't we all mixed? Okay, I'm getting off topic. I'm sorry. But yeah, I don't know. I don't need to see myself in Black Panther. Right, exactly. Nor do I want to race swap Black Panther or anybody in Wakanda. I don't really want to gender swap Black Panther either, but it looks like they're going to go there with Iron Man as well. So I don't know. Maybe the new Iron Man can, Ironheart can twerk with the Hulk, and it'll be a good time. The Garage Gamer, you look different. I do tonight. I feel prettier tonight. You know. Shined up my armor for you guys. Steph Holt, Orville is excellent. It is. It is excellent. If you haven't watched the Orville, I recommend it. Steph and I recommend it. Very good. Yeah. Dildo Gag. What happened to Dildo's comment? Dildo Gaggins. We need a She-Hulk doll with a green flashlight attached. Oh, fleshlight. That's what I thought you wrote. Yes, that would be awesome. Maybe She-Hulk's going to get a little skanky this week because we still have that scene in the trailer where she like takes the guy home, and so She-Hulk's going in the gutter. And unfortunately, we have not seen Daredevil yet. and we know we're going to see Matt Murdock. So that might be the cameo for next week. We might get Matt Murdock in next week's She-Hulk. That's probably going to happen. And they're going to start to ruin Daredevil. Prophet924, it's funny and imaginary, but was twerking. Who is that arousing? Animated Shrek? Well, there's some funny, is it a GIF? There's some funny memes already out there. Some photos. People are going to work over that one. I mean, who's it arousing? I don't know. I only watched it 10 times. It's not arousing me. Lions Mania. Do you support people who hate on the Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power show? It's just a bunch of hate being thrown at it. Well, the marketing for the show was very cringy. They did a lot of cringy stuff. And I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to be cool and neutral and just sort of on its face take it as it is tonight. But there was a lot of messaging and cringy stuff that I'm just, I'd rather listen, tell a good Tolkien story. Give us good characters. Give us good writing. Bring the magic back. Yeah, bring some kind of magic. The old magic or create your new magic. I'm not sure the show did either for me. So that's mostly my concern. But, yeah, as far as the racial changing of certain characters, it didn't take me out of it. It didn't bring me into it. Dildo Gaggins, tell us about your professional hockey days. Well, I don't have... How'd you know that? No, I've not played professionally, but I've played with professional hockey players on several occasions. I must have said that in an earlier stream. So now I can't. But when I was a little faster, yes, I did. I played on the Civic Arena in Pittsburgh before they tore it down. And I played with Brian Trottier that won 5 cups. For recreational and tournaments, but recreational tournaments. Played with some older guys, professional guys. So it was a good time, yeah, when I could do it. Definitely love hockey. Girthy guitarist. Willow is just going to subvert the original film. Yeah, probably. I don't know. The original Willow really didn't do it for me. It's okay, but I'm not in love with it. Let's see here. Veldrain1178. The Orville is now on Disney+. I think I'm good with season 3 being considered the end of that show for me. Oh, yeah, I don't know what they're going to do. Is that the end? I don't know. I don't know if I want to get into this now, maybe on an Orville video. The writing is very good on the Orville. They don't waste a single moment. They don't waste an episode. An episode that, occurred episodes ago will have a consequence down the line, many episodes later. It's very well written and connected. It's very impressive. I would love more Orville, so I hope it's not done. But you're right. It was on Hulu. It's no longer on Hulu. When that season 3 ended, it went right to Disney+. So I don't know if they're going to leave Seth MacFarlane alone or the... is the board at Disney, the people, the activists, the people with the agenda, are they going to get their mittens in on Orville? So maybe we don't want a season 4. I don't know. Maybe he's good. He's going to go, I'm done. Because it ended good enough. Yeah. Gary Delabate. Baba Booey to you all. Gary. How are you doing, sir? Give Howard all my best. It's good to see you, Gary. Lions Mania. Can't wait to see Daredevil twerk with Megan Thee Stallion. I didn't even know who Megan Thee Stallion was. And I told some people today, and they're like, you don't know who Megan Thee Stallion is? How do you not know who she is? I'm like, I don't know who she is. I think they played me a song, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I do know that song. I just didn't know who did it. Yeah, that was something. She's, yeah. And then it was that dumb Asgardian elf that could, transform. What was with her? She was annoying. Ugh. Everybody was annoying. Oh, so bad. So bad, She-Hulk. I'll be back next week to cover episode 4. I can't wait. Roadblock 2424. Right when I read that, I'm thinking of G.I. Joe Roadblock. Complete trash. This show is super disrespectful to Tolkien and fans of the movies as well. Yeah, so that's like a whole other issue. Like I said, I mean, whether this, again, I was trying to judge it as just like something, a work of fantasy. Just watch it, and did it move me? Was I connecting with any of these characters or any of this action? Was the music inspiring me? Was there any? It looked good. It had a video look to it, but you could see they spent money on it, and so there's a lot of CG green screen backgrounds, I think. But you could see they put a lot of money into it. But that's great. But am I connecting with anybody on screen? And so that's why I liked Durin. I thought that was a good performance and probably writing. And I liked Gandalf, who said nothing, but I felt for him and his him experiencing our world for the first time and like a baby. So those are my favorite characters. Everybody else kept yapping, and I don't care. Especially Galadriel, if that's Galadriel. I don't think she's very likable. But yeah, as far as the lore, yeah, this is completely made up by Amazon, by these J.J. Abrams writers. Just completely made up. So that's the thing, too. Like, it could just be like Lost. Like, oh, it's a setup, right? Oh, why are they building the forge? Why do they need the forge? What's in the box? The dwarven box? What are the orcs doing? What's the sword? That's great, all these questions, but does it ever come together into something compelling? Something we're going to remember when it's all done? That's a big leap of faith I am not willing to take. That's me. Veldrain 1178. If the WB is an example of bad content being canceled, what's the estimate for Disney? If you were to guess. Well, yeah, WB is starting to kill stuff like the Batgirl movie and the Batman animated show being written by J.J. Abrams. That's a pretty big move to cancel his little project. I think his son was writing on some of that as well. So WB is starting to say no to a lot of things. They're making good decisions. I don't think Disney's going to stop. They're not going to stop. I think the hubris is too high. The egos are too big. One of my videos, I got like a little list here of things if I have time to do. And one of them is Kevin Feige has to go. It's time for him to step down. He has lost all the goodwill. When he worked with other people at Marvel, and he had to answer to a couple people at Marvel, Marvel was better for it. And now he has no one to answer to really at Marvel. He had all that success. And for the last 3 years, the MCU has been trash. My opinion. I liked Infinity War. Captain Marvel came out. And then after that, you had Endgame. And you kind of had that cringy, like, let's go, girls moment. I just think that's cringy. I'd rather have the strong female superheroes kick ass. They don't need to all group up for a photo shot and say, all right, girls going to do it. That's dumb, and that was the start of things. And then from there on, it just started to suck. So, yeah. Yeah, and like I said, I love girl superheroes. Like I said in my video today, I love women superheroes. There's great ones, but I don't think Disney is showing disrespect to female superheroes. Having She-Hulk twerking in the post-credit scene is so disrespectful. It just that's not a moment of power for females. That's not good. All right, I don't know. Prophet 924, episode 2 done. It was okay. Prophet 924, it's okay. All right. Yeah, it's kind of me too. It's like, yeah, meh. I agree. Lions Mania. Are you looking forward to Andor? Oh, yes, I am. I am, because they brought back the same writers from Rogue One. That is true. I like Rogue One. Rogue One, who care about the characters, the setting, and the story they are trying to tell. You're right. So yeah, the writing group, the story was created by. Is that the guy that invented Photoshop? Right? I'm getting all my people mixed up. The Lucasfilm guy. So the story was created by longtime Lucas people. And then they brought good writers in. So I do like Rogue One. I really enjoy that movie. A little slow to start, but that battle at the end is really good. The land battle and the air battle. Really liked it. So maybe Andor has a shot. I have my shtick ready to go, though. I mean, I was going to go with Juan Solo, but the Friday Night Tights crew, they kind of grabbed that one. So I'm going to go Han Solo. We'll let them have Juan Solo. I've heard nobody say Han Solo yet, so I'm claiming it on the record right now. Let's see. Prophet 924. The Forge will make the sword that cuts off Sauron's fingers. Yeah, that's probably it. That's probably it. Okay. Yeah, good call. Good call. I think you're right. Oh, snap. Just watched the 2 episodes. I have seen more than my fair share. Have not seen as much as Galadriel. Clearly nobody has. Such a one-dimensional character. Yes, Galadriel was pretty hard to take. And she is a big part of the first episode, and that's why I was like, on the first episode. Second episode, get more dwarves, get away from Galadriel. I started liking the show better the more it wasn't focused on her. Yeah. Nimbus Angelo. Let's see here. Tolkien already had racial diversity in his universe. Tolkien created Harad, yes, Africa, and Rune, the Middle East, and Khand, Asia, and Middle Earth. But Amazon went down the lazy route. Yes, that was my understanding as well. Yeah, everybody you mentioned there, that I do remember from reading one of the books. Yeah, I just, Don Lemonloss, the black elf. Yeah, I don't know. That does make me think of like modern shows just trying to be diverse. So I'd rather they not go there with the diversity. Disa was likable, and I liked her contrast to Prince Durin. Prince Durin's all like trying to be grumpy and stuffy, and she's all bubbly, and wanted to keep Elrond in their home, and so I liked her performance a lot. So yeah, these are interesting conversations to have. I mean, I don't know. I like to talk about them too. There's no right answer, and no one should get mad at someone else's answer. We're just talking here, right? These are interesting things to talk about. That's why I have the channel. I want to hear from you guys. I mean, I'm just a dumb idiot wearing a bra and a blonde wig on YouTube. But I like to be the gateway for this discussion, right? No one should get mad at me for having the discussion or, having some fun. I always try not to pick on anybody or any actor unless they really ask for it. But I can't remember picking on any actor. But I think these are interesting things. We love movies. We want to talk about movies. We just always want our the material as respected as possible. Not She-Hulk twerking. That's a big problem. That's crossing the line. I forget the name of the person that wrote me this today, but I'm going to find the name for the next video. But someone wrote that the MCU finally had the jumping the shark moment when Fonzie jumped the shark, and jumping the shark is a phrase now you use when a show turns bad, or a movie series turns bad. When it jumps the shark. Well, now we have a new phrase. It's twerking the Hulk. When something has twerked the Hulk, Your series is over, and that's why I think MCU has twerked the Hulk, and I think that is a line that it's done. They've crossed the line. So there's no turning back from twerking the Hulk. Veldrain 1178, She-Hulk was a disaster. So much wasted potential. Yeah, just do normal She-Hulk. Like badass She-Hulk. Like pick up any She-Hulk comic where she's like kicking ass. She looks strong, intimidating, in control. She's a great character. And it's a witty comic. Like she does pull the Deadpool thing where she talks to you in the comic. But yeah, they just wasted all of that. Like they're trying to be funny, but it's just not even funny. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how you could do it so badly. Kevin Feige's got to go. Kevin Feige's got to go. It's all on him now, and we've given him 3 or 4 years, and it's not good. Not good at all. Roadblock 2424, She-Hulk is the most soul-crushing and disappointing Marvel show yet. Too much social messaging and not enough good story. Yeah, it's like it's so tropey. Like the men in the show today, that Bukkake guy, I call him Bukkake, Bukowski. Just a tropey male chauvinist, right? It's like, no, who behaves like that? Who does that? Nobody. These writers can't write realistic people, or even people real enough to be in a sitcom. These are very, very unrealistic characters. Just tropes. Just tropes. Yeah, it's terrible. Prophet 924. It ain't over until the Hulk twerks. That's right. I'm going to have to watch that again before I go to bed. Lions Mania. Kevin Feige should move to Star Wars now. He can revitalize it from the ground up. Yeah, that's the rumor that he's doing something, right? He's doing something. Yeah, I'm shocked. I'm shocked, but it's all on him. But yeah, if he can go to Star Wars, I don't know. The Star Wars is so bad that it can only go up. That's why Andor might, like, if it's semi-serious and they're trying a little bit and there's like some real drama, and when the stormtroopers come to town, they're not like, it's not a clown show. They're actually kind of threatening, you know, have a threatening presence. Yeah, I mean, Andor could be just like a good drama, right? What's wrong with that? But all roads lead to Jake Skywalker, so that's the hard part. That's why I just, in my brain, I have to disown that sequel trilogy. I just pretend it doesn't exist. It's all about George's movies. So I like the originals, the prequels. They're all George's. The Clone Wars, that's all canon. And I even like the early Zahn novel. I like all the novels that we got in the 90s. Jedi Academy, Timothy Zahn novels, Heir to the Empire. If you can ever find those novels, the Kevin J. Anderson novels, for me, that's Luke starting the Jedi Academy, where he fights Exar Kun, and there's so many good stories there. So just like, no, there's no Kylo Ren. That never happened. There's there's the kids. There's the 3 kids, Leia and Han kids, right? Good stories there. That's my personal canon. Lions Mania. I heard the Ryan Johnson trilogy is still on the table. Phew. Oh my God. Wow. Somebody set the table on fire, please. Luke would not try to kill his nephew. That's the problem with that movie. And then a Casino Planet is just boring beyond belief. The whole casino scene with Finn and Rose Tico. And then Luke would not try to kill his nephew. That's not Luke Skywalker. So that's the moment that I'm like, nah, no, 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 no. That would not be done. And the sequel trilogy, really, like, you have we talk about like making an elf, a person of color, an elf of color. I mean, we're talking about Amazon, but a company that I don't know, is so preachy like Disney. You've got a character like Finn, right? And a great actor with great potential as a stormtrooper that had an awakening in The Force Awakens, and he joins the team. And he was pretty good in The Force Awakens, wielding a lightsaber. And then in the second movie, The Last Jedi, you make him a clown. He wakes up, he's squirting water all over him, and then he goes to the casino planet with Rose Tico. There's like no chemistry there. Why would you team him up with Rose Tico? And give him nothing to do. And he's just basically following Rey around for 3 movies like a lost puppy dog. And when he's not doing that, you're just making him a clown show. Make a good character who's a person of color. They should have made Finn a Jedi. Finn, you could have... you have the romantic relationship. You can have the love triangle. Poe and Finn and Rey, right? Like the Luke, Han, Leia thing that they were... pretending to fake us out with in the first movie. I don't know, like do something daring. Make Finn a strong character. Have him hook up with Rey. I don't know. For all the preaching Disney does, they don't do justice to their characters of color. It's all virtue signaling. Veldrain 1178. What I didn't like about Rogue One was Donnie Yen's character. It was a surprise and letdown that it turned out to be an annoying Jar Jar Binks kind of character. What did he say? I'm one with the Force is with me. I'm one with the Force is with me. He kept saying that. I like Donnie Yen. I like those two together. I think maybe they should have their own movie. Donnie Yen and his buddy. That's the Disney Plus show I'd like to see. Because I thought they did have kind of like a cool chemistry, and those two did remind me of sort of like I know George Lucas and I as well love the Kurosawa movies. They kind of had a Kurosawa thing going. Like one was the straight man, and one was like more of a goofy. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Prophet 924. That's a weird take. He was more a Jedi without being a light sword wielder. Yeah, no, I don't. Let me know what you mean there. I don't know what you mean, Prophet. I mean, I'm just like about Finn. I just think they let Finn down as a character, let that actor down. And you know the whole thing where they took him off the poster in China, like altogether, like what, removed him or shrunk him down so tiny. These companies, they want to be preachy and say all that stuff, but they don't. Yeah, when it comes time to put up or shut up, they just don't do it. The General Grievous 19, bruh. Lions Mania. Who is more to blame, J.J. Abrams or Rian Johnson? Because I can say J.J. made a trash fire in The Rise of Skywalker. It's all Kathleen Kennedy's fault for not having these two guys on the same page. Oh, yeah. No, they had no plan. They had no plan. That's... yeah, I mean, Bob Iger. It all comes down to him. I mean, George Lucas had a rough draft, probably on his little notepad. It was, for sequel movies, and Bob Iger bought it off him. That was a separate deal, not related to purchasing. Bob already purchased like the Star Wars stuff, and then George sort of said, "I got this outline too," and then Bob bought it off George and just like probably keeps it in his safe in his office, so the world will never see it, which is like a crime. They should have really worked with George to develop a story that makes sense in his world. I despise the sequel trilogy. But yeah, you got to have a plan, a three movie kind of plan of where you're going. You got this Snoke guy. I mean, make him Darth Plagueis. That would have been pretty cool, but instead Snoke is just some stupid clone of some... He's just Snoke clones everywhere. So dumb, so dumb. Yep, I'm trying to forget it. I think I forgot it. David Burgett. Hey, Eric. Been loving your latest videos. Keep up the good work. Thank you, David. Yeah, it was... I didn't think I'd have anything to say today about She-Hulk, but, you know, Christmas came early. Disney, oh, it was painful to sit through, but it definitely brought out some passion in me to talk about She-Hulk. And yeah, thank you. Lions Mania, to establish the guidelines and rules in the universe. Simple. Yeah, I think we're probably talking about George or an outline to, if you're going to do a trilogy, you should probably have an idea where you're going. Yeah. Yeah. People say, you've never made a movie. You know, I write books. I have books in my laptop here. And I usually like to have a map about where I'm going. And that's usually why I never finish them. Because I have my map. My map is done. And I'll write half the book and then I'll just give up on the process. But I need to read the Drinkers books. I know he's got books out there. I got to check out the Drinkers, Critical Drinkers books. Prophet 924, I hate what they did with Finn. So much wasted potential. Finn demonstrated the Force awakens as he had an awakening during that raid. Yeah, that's why I kind of thought you could have made the story about Finn. I thought I thought he awakened, right? I don't know if Rey awakened. The lightsaber talked to her. That didn't make any sense. It's not her lightsaber. If she's like Palpatine's kid, why would Luke's saber speak to her? Stuff like that. But yeah, I thought there was something going on with Finn. Like make him more than a clown show. I don't know. Veldrain 1178. Did you happen to catch Babylon Bee's sneak preview for Rings of Power? No, I did not. I should check that out. I didn't see it. Nimbus Angelo. Snoke was wasted potential. Andy Serkis could have done so much more if the script was better. Yeah, no, he was cool, and he did a good job voicing Snoke. I mean, for like 2 years, I mean, I was like, well, who's this Snoke guy? And then when I got my hands on like the some book, right, or something early, where he's in a gold robe and he's got like a black crystal ring, and what's up with this Snoke guy? What's up with the First Order? Like, oh, okay, this is so intriguing and mysterious. Did they come from the outer regions? And is this Darth Plagueis the Wise? Did he cheated death again, and that's why he looks all messed up? And also, when Kylo Ren was on the catwalk with Han Solo before he killed him, spoilers, he tells his dad that, no, Plagueis is wise. And I was like, oh, Plagueis is... Oh, no, we didn't say Plagueis is wise. He said, well, you say Snoke is wise? And I was going, Snoke is wise. And then Palpatine was telling the story of Darth Plagueis the Wise in episode 3. And so I was like, oh, okay, it's going to be awesome, right? It's Plagueis. No, screwed it all up. Had a good opportunity to do something cool. And that would have tied in episode 3 with with the prequel of the sequels. Nope. Steph Holt's still with us. It was nice to see him in that form after they butchered him in Rise of Skywalker. Oh, like in that like tank thing. You see all the Snokes in the tank. Yeah, after he got sliced by Kylo Ren. Prophet 924. My comment was directed at Donnie Yen being a Jar Jar. It is not related to Finn. I loved Donnie Yen. I lament the waste of Finn character. Oh, yeah, no, I get all that. Yeah, no, we're on the same page. Hollywood Polo. Everyday Eric, did you see Harley Quinn today? Best episode of this new season. No, I did not see Harley Quinn. You mean that cartoon? Oh, shit. Why are you making me watch more stuff? I gotta watch this now? Are you messing with me? All right, I'll watch Harley Quinn. I'll check it out. What time is it? Yeah, I'll watch it. Matthew McConaughey. All right, all right, all right. He's still with us. He's still with us. Lions Mania. Finn should have become the new Phasma, the thing he fears the most. Yeah, well, yeah. You're starting to write something good there, Lions Mania. That's a good idea. Yeah. Roadblock 2424. Roadblock was the last Star Wars movie I cared about that was surprisingly good. But the sequel trilogy, though, what the F was that? It's trash. It was a dumpster fire. Rise of Skywalker was terrible. Like, yeah, that hurt my brain the same way She-Hulk hurt my brain. It just moved so fast. I didn't know what was going on. I'm like, Emperor's alive? What? And then Han Solo is like, I like Harrison Ford. You know, it's a good scene, but like, why is he there? I don't know. It's just Yoda. Didn't Yoda show up? And didn't he make lightning come out of the sky and burn a tree? And then was he still teaching Luke? Failure is something. I don't know. David Burgett, Roadblock, thumb up. Gary Delabate, they should have casted Beetlejuice and High Pitch Eric in the recent Star Wars movies. That would have been a lot better. That would have been a lot better. Hank, well, too bad we can't have Hank. But yeah, that would have been better. You can put like a CG Hank, you know, recreate Hank. Lions Mania. Eric, you got to do more of these live streams. Very fun. Oh, I'm glad you're enjoying them, Lions Mania. It's late. You know, I'm not on my A game, but, you know, it's a big night. Yeah, I want to hear what you guys think about this stuff. Let's see here. Veldrain1178. I watched the... I'm starting to have trouble like reading, like basic skills. I watched the origins of Critical Drinker. He got big from essentially goofing off and doing an experiment. Oh, yeah? Yeah, I mean, those guys do really good videos where they take the clips, and him and Mahler. Mahler does what, like a 5-hour video on Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. I mean, God bless him. That's a gargantuan effort of editing, of writing. I don't know how he puts the little voice, like the video clips, and you can sync what he's saying to the mouth in the clips. It's very good. I don't know how he does it. But both those guys are good. Just good stuff. Hollywood Polo. Everyday Eric is focused on Bruce Wayne. On what his motivations are. Eric. Everyday Eric. Eyes focused on Bruce Wayne. On what his motivations are. Let me know what you think, Hollywood Polo. I'm not sure I understand. I mean, yeah, I'm a big Batman fan. Love Bruce Wayne. Thought the Batman was all right. Looking for a sequel. Still, I don't know if I've ever gotten my dream Batman movie. And I know some of the Friday Night Tights people were talking about this, and I completely agree. My favorite Batman, I like the Batman comics. I like the Batman animated series. But my personal favorite Batman, it would be like playing Batman Arkham City or Arkham Asylum. To me, that Batman looks like Batman. Those villains look how they should. And it's a video game, but it's almost like the best Batman story. You're walking around this like asylum, or you're running around the city. Just absolutely love everything about those two video games. By chance, if you're a big Batman fan and have not played them, please get your hands on them. They're so damn good. And you can just replay them and replay them. I'm due to replay them, actually. It's been a few years. I might have to go back and do that. And Todd McFarlane's making all those figures right now. The Killer Croc one I saw on the shelf. So he's making the ones from the video games. Just good stuff. And yes, Batman's motivations are clear and understood. And he's going to fight crime. He doesn't like crime. He doesn't like guns. So, you know, I know Snyder kind of put some Gatling guns on that Batmobile. And I don't know. But Batman shouldn't really like guns. Roadblock 2424. And you're right. The Star Wars novels in the 90s were amazing. The Jedi Twins storyline was great. And Luke rebuilding the Jedi Academy was also great. Yeah, I loved all those. I think it was Kevin J. Anderson, I think. Whoever wrote those, like, it was real easy to read it. And you felt like you were kind of like watching the movies. Same with Timothy Zahn back then. You could like almost hear the John Williams music in the background as you're reading these books. So, yeah. I don't know if they're, I know they're what their legends material or their legacy material, what the hell they call them right now. But that's when I knew there was something stinky coming with Lucasfilm, Disney buying Lucasfilm. I remember when they announced that they are going to decanonize all that legacy material, the books and the comics. And that was like, for someone who bought all that and read all that, and that was part of our understanding of what happened to Luke and Leia and the gang and Chewbacca, wink, wink, spoilers. You know, that was a big crushing thing, and it was the first sign that this isn't going to go very good. Lions Mania. J.J. Abrams has as much heat on him as Rian Johnson does, for me, in my opinion. You started and ended the trilogy. Yeah, that's right. Yep, not good. David Bourget, you're killing my ears, Eric. It's pronounced, Bourget, okay. Think Fabergé. I gotcha. And yes, David Bourget. I will not screw that up too many more times. No, David, thank you so much. Thank you for correcting me. You all should correct me when I'm doing that. Thank you, David. Lions Mania. What are your thoughts on Tron Legacy? That movie is solid. I give it an 8 out of 10. I do too. Got the Tron cabinet right there. Big Tron fan. I saw Tron Legacy in the IMAX with the 3D. Loved it. It was so cool. It felt like you were in the Tron world with the 3D. And that actress is not ugly. Her name escapes me right now. Wasn't she on House? It's a lovely looking woman. I liked the story. I wanted to see another Tron movie. I don't know if they're going to make one, but I liked what they were doing there. Bridges was great. Jeff Bridges. Good stuff. David Bourget. Do we have another Mandalorian season coming? We do. We do, and they're going to go all like Mandalore, right? He's got to go to the moon and get the thing under the thing so he can be forgiven for taking his helmet off, right? He's got to do all that. Yeah, I mean, Mandalorian's been good. I still think there's some magic in the Mandalorian. A little bit of Star Wars magic there. So I don't know if that's from Dave Filoni or, Jon Favreau. I still have faith in those guys. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the Mandalorian. I don't know if I need any more like Luke Skywalker hanging around, like with CG. I don't know. Maybe I've seen enough of that. Although I loved it when he was destroying those super stormtroopers. That was awesome. That was an awesome day. I did a video where I'm in my car crying. I saw it and I had to drive somewhere and I was just like, yeah, Luke Skywalker's back. It was awesome. Hollywood Polo. Everyday Eric, that's the story of this current Harley Quinn episode. Oh, it's focused on Bruce Wayne and what his motivations are. Now I got it, Hollywood Polo. Got it. All right. Lions Mania. Are you a fan of Pattinson? He was solid. Yes. So I have a video where when Pattinson was announced, I came out. I was just on my porch and I said, I'm going to say Pattinson's going to be good. And I'm happy that I think I was right. Yeah, he's a younger Batman, younger Bruce Wayne. So I think for the younger Bruce Wayne, and I liked how he went from fear in the beginning of that movie, right? He wanted to be the knight and be the fear. And then he saw that, I don't know, the Riddler's kind of into being the fear. So at the end, as he cuts the cord and falls in the water. It's like he's baptized and he comes out and I'm not fear anymore. I'm the hope. The city needs hope, not fear. I'll be the hope. You know, I liked all that. That was kind of cool. So I dug it. And that music, like this is like dun dun dun. I'm not doing it right, but you know what I'm talking about. Like you leave the theater, you're doing that for like 3 days. That dun 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 dun. It was good. Prophet 924. I'm going to have to crash. My posts are starting to meander. I'm starting to meander too. So I'll get some sleep. Until next week when She-Hulk crushes some guy in lovemaking. All right, Prophet 924. I can't wait to see She-Hulk get a little frisky. You know, I think we all want to see that. They showed us, you know, some booty, some green booty today. And, you know, they're teasing. But next week they start pleasing. So, have a good night, Prophet. Veldrain 1178. She-Hulk is doing what it was intended to do. Okay. It's advertising for future content. Okay. That's one way to empower women. Use the show to advertise for shows starring men. There was that comment today where she looks into the camera and says something about somebody being, you know, having a cameo in this episode. She commented on like every week there's been like a cameo. And she goes, just remember, this show's about me. But yeah, next week they're going to have Daredevil. Oh, let's go back. Roblox 2424. If the Disney had followed the expanded universe, what Disney calls the Star Wars novels now, they could have had their strong female lead done right with Mara Jade. She was a great character. Yep. Yeah, she was. There you go. Her story is fantastic. Right? I mean, do her story, do the Heir to the Empire books, or steal from them and make up your, like a new version if you don't want that Jedi or whatever, Emerald Thrawn. But yeah, Mara Jade. Everybody loves Mara Jade. Every older Star Wars fan that read those books loves Mara Jade. Yeah. Because she's a good character. She can hold her own. Kick ass. David Bourget. Was that really the Wrecking Crew on She-Hulk? I think it was. They reduced them to alphas and the wimps. They reduced, alphas and the wimps. Yeah, it definitely was. And they gave the one dude like a hard hat. Weren't they like the skinniest dudes you've ever seen too? Yeah. The one crowbar had like Asgardian runes on it. And he had like, the other guy had a weird spike ball. It wasn't the right type of spike ball, but, or I mean, a chain, ball and a chain. Yeah, that was Wrecking Crew. So, like, something has to happen. Oh, is that what they're going to do? Because why are they so ridiculously skinny looking? So, the one was trying to steal the blood. So are they going to get... No, because they wouldn't turn into Hulks. And the Wrecking Crew aren't Hulks. I think they're just magically made bigger, right? I think Loki did something with the weapons in the comics. But, like, why did they get bigger? Was it also, like, Loki magic? But, yeah, that was sad. Ugh, it was so sad. They can't do anything right. That's why Doctor Doom is one of my favorites. Oh, I'm going to dread the day the MCU touches Doctor Doom. It's going to be so bad. Hollywood Polo at David Bergay. Yes, they were weak soy boys, so Jen could overpower beating them up. Be empowered beating them up. Yeah. Yeah. It just looked lame. It's just so lame. David Bourget watched the removed Joker clip from the latest Batman. The best part of the movie, in my opinion. Yeah, that was interesting. I liked how Joker was sort of pulling the strings, right? Not so keen on his look. I mean, it's a different look. That's the actor from the Eternals. I forget which one Druid? Was that his name? I could be totally wrong with that. But I I liked having Joker kind of around. That was kind of cool. Roadblock 2424. The Wrecking Crew looked so weak. That's not what I remember from the comics. I guess the comic versions were too toxic and masculine for Disney. Probably. Yeah. It could have just had like big bodybuilding dudes, and that could have been Wrecking Crew. But you're right. That would be too toxic. Men aren't allowed to be like masculine. That's scary. They need to be very safe and unimposing, and I don't know. Yeah. It's weird times we live in. David Bourget, Wrecker empowers them all via his magical bar. Oh, is that what happens? I forget exactly what happens. That sounds familiar. I got the figures. I like my little Marvel Legends of them. They were made a while ago. But I like them. Veldrain1178. If they make Jennifer Walters love her Hulk form, that will say that at least the writers did something comic book related. Yeah. If she can, like, right, accept that and roll with that, embrace that. Yeah. Lions Mania. Do you have to watch Game of Thrones in order to watch House of Dragon? Because I need to check that out. No, you don't. You can start watching House of the Dragon, and if you haven't watched Game of Thrones, you can watch that later. House of the Dragon is going to be its own thing. You're not missing out at all. Game of Thrones, season 8, yeah, it shit the bed. Yeah, it was really sped up, rushed everything. They had no dialogue to work with, so everyone walks in silence and slow motion, and there's some cool battles. I still like some of the battles, but it's a very disappointing season. The story, I still like the universe. I still like the story. Yeah, we could talk about it. You haven't read it, so I'm not going to talk more about it, but yeah, House of the Dragon. This will be an interesting week because there's going to be that big battle against the crab feeder. So, and you don't even need to read the book Fire and Blood to enjoy House of the Dragon. I wouldn't bother reading it because it's not an overly great read. So, yeah. David Bourget, no, Hot D is way far ahead in the timeline. Yeah, it's way before, right? About 300 years before. So, yeah, you're good. You're good. Veldrain1178. Disney at first removed the toxic masculinity from male characters, which backfired as it made the characters more relatable. So they had to go one more and just make men into clowns. Well, it's all about the Bechdel-Wallace test. And, yeah, I mean, everything I mentioned in my spoiler-free Rings of Power review. If you guys don't know, just Google the Bechdel-Wallace test and intersectional feminism and all that good stuff. I mean, so, yeah. Yeah, that's what's happening. There's a lot of activists writing for Marvel and Star Wars. Hollywood Polo, at Everyday Eric, you can play Arya as a playable character in the multiverse game. She has the look and fighting style of the character in the show. Oh, all right. That's cool. Yeah, I gotta check that out. David Bourget, Eric, what's your gut feeling about the Jon Snow series? I've always thought a series on Mance Rayder would have been awesome. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, Jon's just walking the people up, right? Up north. He's got his wolf with him, Ghost. He's going to go back to the cave where he got frisky with What's-Her-Face. Probably live in that cave. Yeah, interesting. I think there's more to do. I'd like to see what happens next. Arya is on a pirate ship going somewhere, and yeah, House Stark as a queen of the North. Bran. Oh, wait, I shouldn't be saying all this shit. Sorry. Sorry. Shit. Sorry. Yes, I'd like to see what happens to everybody. Yes. Sorry. Talking spoilers there for, yeah. But, yeah. All right. Well, I don't know. Rings of Power. It was there. It was there. It was watched. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see where this goes. Watch it next week. We'll talk about it next week. Yeah. Next up is Hot D. I don't know. I'll come back. We'll go online and talk about Hot D, House of the Dragon, Sunday night. I think, all this talk about crabs. Might have to go to Joe's Crab Shack Sunday before the show. Pick up some king crab legs. So I'm probably going to do that, and I'll probably jump online and talk about Hot D after that show airs, just so I don't have to edit a video. So it's my lazy way out. So if you guys want to stop by, we can chat then. That'd be great. And next week we got She-Hulk and more Rings of Power, and Andor is right around the corner. Exciting times we live in. A couple more comments here. Lions Mania, I need Bruce Banner to show back up in She-Hulk. That was the best episode. Yeah. He gave it credibility. You need a man to pick up a woman's show, right? Veldrain 1178. Times are tough. I'd like to thank Amazon for making it easier to cancel my Amazon Prime sub. Oh, but then you're going to miss the boys. You're going to miss the boys and all that other stuff. Nikki Cunningham. As bad as expected. Nikki, I think we agreed it's kind of like meh. I think that's what the consensus is. Wasn't as bad as we feared. It's not real good either. It's somewhere in the middle. It's like, okay. I heard it was okay. For me, it's meh. And Guy Ladriel, not very likable. For me, Prince Durin, the dwarf, and Gandalf, who can't talk, are my two favorite characters. Nikki, what did you think? Did you watch it, or you're just asking me? Let's see here. Nikki says, Matt, if you could take Tolkien and make it bad, it must really, really be bad. Yeah, no, I like The Hobbit better, and I'm not in love with the Hobbit trilogy. That's a little bloated, that one. And it's definitely not like the Lord of the Rings trilogy that we first got from Jackson. No, it's not even on the same, not in the same ballpark. So maybe that is a one way of saying, yeah, it's not, nah. And I think I like House of the Dragon better so far, but it's early. Nikki says, Guy Ladbro. Oh, that's a good one. Guy Ladbro. Should write that down, Nikki. Should have went with that. Okay, taking notes. All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much for hanging out. That was fun. We've had a little group here for a while. After She-Hulk and this, I'm a little exhausted. I'm ready to go to bed, but I'm probably going to watch that Harley Quinn cartoon and see what's up with that. Oh, we got new people. The Duxon, 1977. Oh, look. All right, let's see. The Duxon. What do you guys say here? Good looking show, but it's not Tolkien, and Guy Ladriel sucks. Guy Ladriel does suck. Yeah, she sucks, and it's a good looking show. And yeah, well said. Veldrain. Guy Ladbro. Pronouns are she and it. Oh my God. Hollywood Polo, thanks. Great stream. Thank you, Hollywood Polo. Thank you. Lions Mania, thank you. Thanks for hanging out. Oh yeah, good. Yeah, got to check out Lord of the Rings now. Yep, definitely. Nikki, the content shitting on it will be far more and way better than the actual show. Yeah, it was just shitting on stuff today was definitely She-Hulk. She-Hulk was shockingly bad, and that deserved my rage this morning. So I kind of got a lot of my rage out this morning. And then 2 hours, episode 1 and 2 of The Rings of Power. I wasn't enraged by it. I wasn't angered by it. I watched it and I was like, okay, oh, that works, cool, okay, and that's it. So it's hard. David Bourget, thank you. Hollywood Polo, Nikki Cunningham, this is the way. This is the way. Veldrain, in the land of shills, one honest review to rule them all. Good content. Thank you. Nikki, Tolkien is closed canon. That's true. So is George Lucas's stuff. They can't ruin it unless they invent a time machine. So all this is just comical. Yeah, it's just all fan fiction. And that's the way I view like anything with George Lucas. When he sold it, he was saying, we're done. There is no more story. Wink, wink. So Steph Holt, you won't be disappointed with Quinn. All right, Steph, I'm on it. I'm on it. I want to know all about Bruce Wayne. Damn, you guys are getting me excited. What time is it? I can't go to bed. 1 in the morning. All right. I got to watch Harley Quinn cartoons now. Appreciate everybody. We'll do this again. I'll be on Sunday night talking about Hot D. And yeah, everybody have a great weekend. All right. Great holiday weekend.